Hi there, Keith Whittier here with the Keith Whittier Sports Minute. Just an opportunity for me to give you a little bit of an update on my opinion on what's going on in the sports world. Today I'm going to focus on PK. Not the penalty kill in hockey, but PK Subban. Now the reason I'm taking this time to talk about PK Subban should be maybe to say, hey, congratulations on being selected to go to the Olympics and represent Canada, but no, it's to talk about something that happened a few nights ago. A few nights ago, the Montreal Canadiens, the team that PK plays for, and probably one of the most storied franchises in all of professional sports, was taking on the Ottawa Senators. Now, if you had a ticket to this game or even lucky enough to watch it on TV, you were probably in for one heck of a night, because Montreal went up 3-0 pretty quickly. And then Ottawa, and I take my hats off to them, had a never say die attitude, came back, not only tied the game, but took the lead 4-3. Late in the third period, Montreal tied it up, forced it to overtime. Now, it's interesting to note that throughout this whole process, every time PK Subban touched the puck, he was booed. Now, I don't necessarily have a problem with booing. I know what happens in stadiums and arenas across North America, probably around the world when you factor in other sports. It's not a big deal. It's par for the course. So PK Subban, in overtime, scored the winning goal. Now, did he go and do something derogatory towards the Senator bench or towards the fans? No. He went and he celebrated with his team, and I guess he grabbed his shirt. I woke up the next day, looked on my Facebook, and all I could see was all this negative PK stuff. Listening to sports radio, oh, PK's really bad, and oh, PK has no respect. Then looking into the papers, pretty much the same thing. Then, of course, Don Cherry chimed in with his typical, oh, this is why people don't like PK, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm sure there are some people that don't like PK, but I can assure you I'm not one of them. Now, granted, I'm not a huge Ottawa Senators fan, but I can say, and I have said, that they have had a very good season, and, well, not maybe a very good season, but they've had a decent season, and, you know, when you're down 3-0 and you can come back and make a game of it, you know, all the power to you. I'm at the point right now where I've kind of let my annoyance with the Ottawa Senators subside because, more importantly, I'd just like to see a Canadian team win the Cup. But that's another story. As far as this whole PK thing is concerned, I think it's a little ridiculous. Now, for those of you who know me, you know that I'm an absolutely huge CFL fan, and the team that I support is the BC Lions. Now, a few years ago, BC lost a playoff game against the Calgary Stampeders, and then one of the quarterbacks for Calgary, Drew Tate, could be seen on the bench jumping up and mocking the BC fans, doing this and waving his towel around, and I thought the guy was a jerk. And I'm sure a lot of people in Ottawa probably felt that PK was a jerk. But at the same token, you didn't really hear anything about Drew Tate. Now, some of you will say, well, that's the CFL. Well, how about this? Alexander Ovechkin scores a goal and jumps on the glass and goes crazy. Nobody really seems to care about that. In the NFL, where you got touchdown celebrations that range from kissing your bicep to pretending to rip open your shirt like you're Superman, nobody gets up in arms about that. And how about the Lambeau leap? Running and jumping into the crowd, isn't that somewhat disrespectful? Not really sure why PK's getting a rap here, but let's look at it like this. At some point, PK, the grown man that he is, was a little PK. Little boy growing up wanting to play in the NHL. Overcame the odds and was able to accomplish that. Now he's in the NHL, and maybe some people like him, maybe some people don't. But regardless, he's one of the best players in the league. Don't take my word for it. Check the hardware that this young man has. Not only was he the best defenseman in the league last year, he's also representing Canada in the Olympics in a few weeks. That's not something that just happens by luck or by chance. He's a skilled player. But for whatever reason, if PK does something, there's this huge spotlight on him. Not necessarily sure why. I guess the point of this blog is to say my 2 cents on it, which is this. If you don't like PK scoring against your team, or if you don't like his celebrations, instead of getting mad at PK, maybe your team needs to stop him from scoring. As always, you can check me out on Twitter at CFL_fan, as well as you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/WhittyWhittier, or my new website at whittywhittier.com. I honestly and sincerely wish the Senators the best of luck this season, and I'm really glad to see that Jason Spezza, the captain of the Senators, took the high road and said, you know what, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Perhaps some of those people who are bitching and moaning about PK should take his advice. I'm Keith Whittier. Thanks for checking this out.